Ancient Egypt is one of the most iconic and influential civilizations in human history, spanning over 3 millennia, from around 3100 BCE to 30 BCE. This civilization flourished along the fertile banks of the Nile River in northeastern Africa. It is renowned for its monumental architecture, advanced knowledge systems, religious complexity, and enduring cultural achievements. Here's a detailed introduction to ancient Egypt. Ancient Egypt developed along the Nile River, the longest river in the world. The Nile's annual flooding deposited nutrient-rich silt, enabling agricultural abundance and supporting a dense population. Egypt was traditionally divided into Upper Egypt, Southern Nile Valley, and Lower Egypt, Northern Nile Delta. The natural barriers, deserts to the east and west, Mediterranean Sea to the north, and cataracts to the south, helped protect Egypt from invasions and preserved its culture for centuries. Egyptian history is usually divided into several major periods: pre-dynastic period, before 3100 BCE, early agricultural and settlement communities, development of regional cultures like Naqada, gradual unification of Upper and Lower Egypt, early dynastic period, c. 3126-86 BCE, King Narmer, or Menes, unified Upper and Lower Egypt, development of writing, hieroglyphs, and centralized government, Old Kingdom, c. 2686-2181 BCE, the Age of the Pyramids, capital at Memphis, construction of pyramids including the Great Pyramid of Giza, powerful centralized rule, divine kingship. First Intermediate Period, c. 2181-2055 BCE, political fragmentation and drought, rival dynasties in Heracleopolis and Thebes. Middle Kingdom, c. 2055-1650 BCE, reunification under Mentuhotep II, 11th dynasty, expansion of trade, literature, art and architecture, strong bureaucracy and legal system. Second Intermediate Period, c. 1650-1550 BCE, invasion by the Hyksos, who introduced horse-drawn chariots and new technologies, decline of central authority. New Kingdom, c. 1550-1070 BCE. The Empire Age, Egypt becomes a regional empire expanding into Nubia and the Levant. Famous pharaohs like Hatshepsut, Akhenaten, Tutankhamun, and Ramses II. Flourishing of art, monumental building, for example, Karnak Abu Simbel. Third Intermediate Period, c. 1070-664 BCE. Division of power among pharaohs, priests, and Libyan rulers. Decline of central power. Late Period, 664-332 BCE. Revival under native dynasties and later Persian domination. Ptolemaic Period, 332-30 BCE. Founded by Ptolemy I, a general of Alexander the Great. Fusion of Greek and Egyptian culture. Ends with the reign of Cleopatra VII and the Roman conquest by Octavian, later Augustus. Religion was central to Egyptian life. It was polytheistic, with a rich pantheon of gods, each associated with aspects of nature, society, and the cosmos. Major gods: Ra, sun god; Osiris, god of the dead; Isis, Horus, Anubis, Thoth, Hathor, Amun. Belief in the afterlife was strong. They mummified the dead to preserve the body for the soul's journey. Pharaohs were considered divine or semi-divine. Temples, rituals, and funerary practices, like the Book of the Dead, guided the journey to the afterlife. Monuments: Pyramids of Giza, Valley of the Kings, Karnak and Luxor temples, Abu Simbel. Art and symbolism. Art followed strict conventions: profile heads, frontal torsos. Hieroglyphic writing decorated temples and tombs. Statues and paintings emphasized order, eternity, and idealized forms. Science and knowledge, advanced knowledge in astronomy, medicine, mathematics, and engineering, created a solar calendar, sophisticated irrigation and agricultural systems. Egyptian writing combined logographic and alphabetic elements, used for religious texts, official inscriptions, and monumental purposes. Written on papyrus, walls, and tombs, deciphered in the 19th century using the Rosetta Stone, 1799. Pharaoh at the top, divine ruler and head of state. Nobles, priests, scribes, soldiers, craftsmen, and farmers made up the rest. Slavery existed but was not the foundation of the economy. Agriculture was the main livelihood. Trade and crafts were significant. Women could own property, divorce, and hold certain religious offices, enjoying more rights than in many ancient societies. Conquered by Assyrians, Persians, Greeks, and eventually Romans. Egypt's language and religion gradually gave way to Hellenistic and later Christian and Islamic cultures. Legacy. Profound influence on art, architecture, religion, and science in both the ancient and modern worlds. If you'd like, I can also provide a timeline or map of ancient Egypt. details about a specific pharaoh or god, information on daily life or warfare. Let me know.